Hey, we're back, folks. We're gonna, we're just gonna look, see how we did this year on the garden. Just real quick, I try to do this every year. Getting hot out here. I'm going in the house since this is over with. Well, like I said in the video, tomatoes in the garden were awful. They didn't grow. We had a spell of 19 days without any rain, and then it only rained an inch. This was May to June, and I tried to water it the best I could. I have a 35-gallon tank, and I'd making 4 or 5 trips a night up there. I couldn't keep up with it. So anyway, they didn't do worth a hoot. Probably didn't get a bushel out of 90 plants up there. With just the opposite down here. We had 7 raised beds, 16 feet long, 3 feet wide, 2 feet deep, of tomato plants, 12 in each one. You figure that out. It's about 80 tomato plants. Some a little more, but it was crazy. We use compost we get at the local nursery. They bring it here by the dump truck load, and I put it in the raised beds with the front end loader, and so on. And this coming year, like I said in the video, we're going to add a little bit of lime to it. Not much. I'll just go over what we had here. We put out, let's see, somewhere around 90 tomato plants here in the raised beds, okay? 90. Now them 90 tomato plants, we got over 700 pounds of tomatoes. And we're still picking a few, not many. They're done. But 700 pounds is 14 to 15 bushels of tomatoes. That's a lot of tomatoes. But anyway, we canned a lot of them. We sold a lot of them. We didn't sell any, did we? No, we didn't sell any. We give a lot away. We have a local food pantry here, just up the road, 2 miles. It's a place where needy people can come and get food, and we supplied them every week we could. I don't know how many bushels of tomatoes and corn we took up there, and green beans. That was another thing. Those were the 2 things that we did well on this year, was tomatoes and green beans. Our green beans just fantastic. I plant a variety called Jade 2. They're a little more expensive to buy seeds, but they are so good. They're just excellent plant. They grew great. We grew 400 feet. We planted in May, and then in June we went back 30 days later in June and planted 4 more rows, or 400 more feet, so we wouldn't have them all at the same time. We sold them all. We gave a few away, but not many. Well, if I had to pick a favorite tomato this year, which it's usually every year, it's called Supersonic. It's a red hybrid. Now I know I like hybrid. I like hybrid tomatoes because they don't get the diseases that the heirlooms do. Supersonic was probably our best tomato. Our Amish paste, we had 3 boxes of Amish paste this year, and they grew real good. Seems like they wanted to split a little bit at the top towards the end, but that was okay. We did real good with them. I tried a tomato plant this year in one of my raised beds here that I experiment with. Omar Lebanese. They got monsters. They got huge. I bet there was a couple of them 2 pounds. But they were pink. They were pink. They split. No more. No more of them. No more of them. In that same box, that was half of that box. On the other half of that box, I had Bitter Bush. It's a little 3-4 foot at the tallest compact plant. The tomatoes are a little small, not too bad, but they take forever to ripen. I mean, forever. They're still out there trying to ripen. So anyway, we're not going to grow them either. I had a couple more I didn't care for. German red strawberry. I don't know if you folks have ever heard of that tomato. I bought these here up here at the local landscaping place where I always buy all my tomato plants when I buy tomato plants. Well, they grew great. Monster. I mean, they went everywhere, the plants did. They got great, big, huge tomatoes. But they were yellow. They were as yellow as they could be, and they were delicious. But they're supposed to have been red. So anyway, I'm not growing any more of them either. So let's just move on here. They were a good tomato, don't get me wrong, and I eat them. My biggest tomato this year was one of them, and it was a 2 pounds, 1 ounce, something like that. Bitter Bush, yeah. Belgian Giant. Now, not anymore. Belgian Giant. And Country Taste. No more, no more. You know, I try about 4 different varieties, 4 different tomatoes a year, new, you know, that I don't normally grow. And those were it. Those were it. A German Strawberry, Omar Lebanese, Belgian Giant, and Country Taste. Didn't do too good. None of them. I won't grow them again. Here's one I'm going to grow next year. I was impressed with it this year. In years past, I thought the tomato was small, but this year they weren't. They were just about right. And that's Early Girl. I mean, that's a staple almost in everybody's garden. Everybody grows them things. And I got lots of seeds for them, so I'm going to grow them next year. Man, I tell you, you can't beat these raised beds. We didn't have a weed anywhere. No weeds. I think that the compost we put in there might have something to do with that. And we could water them every night with the with the hose, which my wife did that. And all in all, this year's garden up in the garden wasn't worth a hoot. My corn didn't grow worth a hoot. I made, I don't know, 400 feet. I might have got 30 nice ears of sweet corn. I had 300 feet of Indian corn. My wife went through it last night out in the garage, and she didn't get 6 or 7 ears. It's worth keeping. So we'll not do it anymore. We're not growing that garden anymore. It's all going to grass next year. All we're going to have. No blackberries. We're getting too old for it, folks. We're getting too old to bend over. It like to kill me to bend over 800 feet of green beans. I pull up the plant by the root, you know, and throw them in the golf cart, bring them up here and separate them. Man, bending over killed me. But anyway, can't breathe anyway, and this heat gets to me. And I've got to get off of here now. I've got to get in the house now because it's so warm. We'll be back. We'll have I'll have videos to do on my shipbuilding, and of course my HO train scale track out there in the garage. And just keep abreast and keep watching for me, because I'm not quitting. I'm just, like I said, the garden and the blackberries, I'm done with them. I'm done with them down here anyway, the blackberries. I couldn't keep up with them. Trimmed them nice and short. They look like a little hedge going down through each row. And in 3 months, 90 days, they had grown 4 feet. And I said, the heck with that, I can't keep up with that. So anyway, that's about all I got to say. All in all, this was a good year. Our tomatoes were just the best year we've ever had for tomatoes. Best year. We've got a pantry in there full of tomatoes that we canned. We gave some away. My neighbor, I gave probably my neighbor 50 pounds. Gave my daughter, I don't know how many, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. I don't know how many hundreds of pounds we took up there to the food pantry, but we gave away a lot. We didn't sell anything. Don't need to. So we're not going to grow plants next year either, I don't think. We might grow a few seeds, but it's just a lot easier for me to go up to the local landscaper up here, greenhouse, and just buy the plants already growing. Because the price of soil, seed soil, trays, cups, has some of it's tripled. Fertilizer, a small bag of triple 12 now is like $18. It's crazy. I can't do it. I won't do it. So we're just gonna. It's a lot cheaper just for us just to buy our plants from now on. So that's the way we're gonna do it. So that's about it for now. I hope you all have a nice fall. It's getting fall around here. Getting a few leaves of fall, but not too many yet. We're still mowing like crazy because that's all we seem to get done is mowing. But I don't know. We don't mind it. So that's all I got to say for now. So you folks be careful. Love every one of you, and I'll see you later. Okay? Bye bye.